and welcome into Freestyle Friday here on the MLE Network. We are deep inside of week number 13, and the Champions League has 2 weeks left. We've already started some action in the Champions League last night, and we get it going again today. I am Curtis, and I am joined by a man who is deep inside the Fortress of Solitude, along with Buster the dog. It is Dazzer. And Daz, how you doing?
I'm good, Curtis. Glad to be here on the Stormy Manfield as we take place this matchup between the Puffins and the Wolves. And definitely looks like it's going to be a good one, judging by the names in the lobbies.
Yeah, it should be good. A couple of teams that know their teammates very well, and a couple of teams that know each other very well as two Arctic Division rivals go at it deep inside Stormy Manfield. We're just about set for action. Going to get the teams out onto the pitch very, very shortly, as it's going to be Haim Game and Isa Solo for those Wolves, and the Puffins going to be with Apollo and Cat. Puffins need a lot of help, but they got to take care of their own business. They need to win out and then hope for some help along the way. The Wolves only need 2 wins to be able to take the Arctic Division, so they are well within the driver's seat. We are just about set for action as Cat is going to be in front along with Isa Solo. They will opposite each other as we are underway on Manfield. Here we go into the Wolves' end. So that's Apollo into the corner and off the wall. Chance in front. That's taken away by Isa Solo, who might have a runner back the other way for the Wolves. It's a 2v1, but a good job by Cat coming across the face of the top of the box to take the ball away. Shot down the rebound off the back wall. Isa Solo does put that one home 17 seconds in.
Wolves strike first here, and Cat, he's coming back off of the rotation and opts a challenge for this ball. Instead of letting Apollo come up, it throws Apollo off on defense, and then the bounce just doesn't go the Puffins' way. That leads to the Wolves' first goal.
And good early strike for those Wolves. Cat needs to work something up for the Puffins as they are down and down early. This is going to be shot towards that Wolves net. Haim Game takes care of it. Puffins need a little bit of added pressure, and they'll get it for a moment. Cat waiting patiently. Off the top, in a dangerous area, going to try to work it back to the teammate, but it's taken away by Isa Solo. Puffins work a clear into the sidewall. That's up for Cat. Cat off the nose, puts it back from whence it came into that corner. Still a 1-0 lead. Puffins moving out, got a 2v2 the other way. Pass across for Cat. Cat does not read it early enough, and that is going to be pounded off the back wall. Puffins can't take advantage of a glorious chance.
Yeah, right now they have ball control. All they need to do is just get the ball around the Wolves' defense. You see Apollo still working with that dribble, but although he has the center, Cat needs to hurry back in time. Doesn't matter though. Playing patient as they just try to thread around the Wolves' defense. They just want to pry until they get their opportunity to where they can take a clean shot. Unfortunately, though, the ball's going to go downfield, and they need to make a tough save. No one's back in net, and they get so lucky. Haim Game missed that shot.
Yeah, Haim Game was at a glorious chance. This is another chance for Isa Solo, though, and he's going to find it on the barrel roll. That's a 2-0 Wolves lead, a minute and a half in.
Yeah, and then right here, Apollo gets demo for its efforts, and Cat fully believed Apollo was going to get all the way through. That's why he's so far forward. Gets punished off of the demo. Wolves take advantage and score. They get their second one. Isa Solo 2 for 2.
Minute 34 into gameplay. This is going to be up in the Puffins' end. Cat patient. Going towards the sidewall. Losing control. It's going to be off the side again. Wolves on the offensive attack. Isa Solo off the corner. In front to Haim Game, but a good job taken away by Apollo. Apollo's going to give chase into the Wolves' end. Puffins need a strike. They need to get there first at the moment, though, playing the ceiling game as Isa Solo and playing it very well, mind you. Out of the corner instead. Haim Game is going to be up trying for a double. Finds the double, but a nice save. Still a chance in front. And the Wolves cannot direct it towards the net thanks to good defensive positioning by those Penguins.
Yeah, but right now, Apollo, he's getting that soft clear net, but leads to a shot from Isa Solo. He doesn't get the touch that he wants off of there. Haim Game up, still trying to play it in. I feel like the Puffins just need to find their footing here as they're making touches just to make them, but there's not too much premise behind it or intention, and they need more of that as we approach the bottom half of this game.
Yep, just past halftime in game number 1 as we have 2:20 on the clock. Grab of the side boost by Cat. It's going to put a challenge, therefore, forward by the Puffins. Haim Game over the head of one. It'll go back to the sidewall. Cat's there. Might have an angle here. Shot off the post. Rebound's going to come out at the top, but Apollo's a little bit late to it as that ball had a little bit too much pace for him to handle. Apollo with the flick has an accurate one. It's off the crossbar, nearly had it in. And Cat a little bit late to the party. And it's going to be a good return game from the Wolves. Back in front, Isa Solo taking advantage of the demo. Makes it a 3-0 lead in their runaway.
And you can just tell how much they're being punished for positioning here. The Wolves, demo after demo, that's the second one that's going to lead to a goal here for them. And they just take advantage of these mispositionings by the Puffins and turn them right into goals. They haven't had to do that much work for Isa Solo to get this hat trick.
106 seconds to go in game one, and the Wolves have a commanding 3-0 lead. This will be back to Cat. Takes it on the nose, trying to play the patient game. He's going deeper into his own end. That's not making things easy. And the Wolves will keep ball possession for a moment and then lose it near the midfield line. Apollo. That's lost top of the box. Cat makes a touch to the sidewall for Apollo. Aim game. Makes a touch. Isa Solo has to bail him out of the challenge and gets it deep into the Puffins corner again. A lot of offensive zone time for these Wolves, and the Puffins have yet to really reverse that fortune. It's been the main product of a 3-0 lead for the Wolves in game one. Make it 4.
That's going to be the 4th goal. But honestly, I will say, though, I feel like the Puffins have had more of the ball possession just in general in this game. It's the fact that the Wolves know when to attack. It's almost literally as if they're adapting a wolf-like offense in a sense, like the animal. They wait for an opportunity to strike. They don't need to have control of the ball throughout the entirety of the game. They just see when the Puffins mess up and then they go in. Again, I don't feel like that they have to do a lot of work, because all they'll have to do is get a demo or catch one of the Puffins out of position or just force it themselves and score. They have 4 goals, and look at them games getting a shot like that.
Yeah, that's perfect pressure by these Wolves. Isa Solo making this happen, the pinch off the back, and then Apollo puts one away, taken again by Isa Solo, just drops it off to Haim Game as he puts it in the empty net. So 49 seconds left, and the Wolves might need to save a couple of these because they can't borrow them from game one to work toward game two.
I like that one. But yeah, hopefully this is just a game one thing. If you are a Puffins fan, haven't been able to get too much offensive footings, and then Haim Game and Isa Solo right now 3 goals apiece, both of them on fire. They seem very comfortable going in. Look at that dribble, just completely drives around Cat, and he has the space to do it. There's no one else there to challenge him. Cat has to make the challenge, but he's in a bad spot, unfortunately. 41 seconds left here in this game, and the Puffins need some type of momentum going into this game number 2, because it's all Wolves right now.
Nearly had it there. They're going to miss on this attempt. Back for a challenge towards the sidewall. Cat loses that to Haim Game. Up off the nose. Haim Game again is going to put this in front of Isa Solo. The tap and the goal. Nasty little touch to the opposite side for Isa Solo, making a 7-0 lead.
Again, another talk about mispositioning. Cat facing his own net. He power slides. He power slides here to turn around so he can make a proper challenge, but he loses his momentum, unfortunately. And with that, he's just stuck in no man's land. And I think that was Isa Solo who scored. And he just had to get that small little tap to get past him.
Oh, nice little pinch play. Puffin may be able to get on the board here. Back towards the net. It's off the post. Still an opportunity, but that's a big double committed offense. And the Wolves should have one sent right back down into the empty net. Isa Solo has it. An 8-0 lead, and that is likely going to do it for game one.
Yep. Pretty strong game one for the Wolves. I mean, who wouldn't like to score 8 goals? I mean, they had 12 shots apiece, so they haven't been missing too much. And it seems as though they have their offense on point. Whatever practicing they have been doing has paid off. 5 seconds left.
Are they really going to get one more?
That's what I stopped. I was like, oh.
As we said that, this is still up in the air. It'll eventually hit the ground, and game one will come to a crashing end for the Smegwoods. The Wolves are all over them to start this series out, but the score restarts at 0s. Coming into the next game of this series, it is in all likelihood a different Puffins team than we see come out of game 2 to start. Anyway, as they really need to find something, and they may change their style.
Yeah, again, for me, it's just all about the positioning. If you look at the Puffins and how they were moving up the field, for the early half of the game, they had ball possession and they had control of like how they were handling offense. The only problem was they were just too close to each other. There were many times. Do you have a dog?
That's a cat.
Oh, that's a cat. I'm sorry. There were just many times where,
this cat has one eye. His name is Spencer. Say hello.
Spencer's as blind as you. It's so
I know,
good.
right? It's so great.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness, I love it. I love it. I love it. But just to recap and wrap up, moving into game number 2, some solid spacing needed to be for the Puffins to really meet these challenges from the Wolves. Have to just drop all of this pressure and focus going into this next game because it's a brand new game, like you said, 0-0.
Now Cat's going to try to get the first strike on the board. Early opportunity in front. Cat's there. Got to put it in from there, but Cat is a little wide with that shot, and the Wolves are going to try to recover possession. Apollo's in a tough spot, moving back towards his own net, which is very dangerous, and Haim makes him pay dearly. It's a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, that's tough. Apollo already knew as soon as he sees Haim game behind him that this is not what you want to do. If anything, the safest bet is just to take it up your own wall. At least you can bounce it off of that. But right in front of that and with the dribble, you're asking to get scored on, and Haim game will easily say, we take those. 1 goal for the Wolves.
18 seconds in, 1-0 lead for those Wolves on the counterattack. Apollo's going to take it above his own crossbar here. Moving in, the barrel roll is going to send it towards the sidewall, but it's taken in by Haim game. Cat takes it away from Haim. That's Isosolo out to the middle. Apollo off the sidewall back into the Puffins end, and Cat and Apollo are having a problem getting away from their own goal line at the moment. And they're going to lose an opportunity here. Chance for a double touch. Isosolo scored one of these already, and he has another on the list. It's a 2-0 lead for the Wolves, and they continue running.
Wolfpack is hot. Haim game, although he looks like he's out to play, gonna get a bump on Apollo, stopping him from making that challenge on Isosolo. You have to be careful playing this Wolves team because they're looking out for each other. He's not gonna let Isosolo just make that challenge by himself if he sees a bump. So Apollo, he has to get up there a lot faster, not leave room for him to get punished.
Oh, that may nearly find the net, but a save by Isosolo coming back to the goal line. Still a chance for the Puffins, though, if they can get one. Apollo's a little late, and he will miss an opportunity. 2 minutes and 6 seconds in. This will be a pass out to the outside. Haim game's going to give this a follow. Isosolo grouping back towards the midfield. Cat is there, and Apollo trying to jump in and help out, but it's going to be a lost ball back to the Wolves. Chance in front of the Puffins net, pinched in front, and Isosolo ends up pinching it back into his own end as well. So they'll let that opportunity go by, but the clock continues to tick down. Wolves don't need any more goals. Puffins need to get 1 to even start this series.
Yeah, so far they have not scored at all in this series. Wolves, again, having 2, total of 10 goals scored from the Wolves, make it 11. And it's just that man that's off the ball, that off-ball pressure here. Look at Haim game. Cat in the net. Cat just immediately pressure, and then he does the power slide. He's been punished for that time and time again. Just he power slides deeper into his net, which makes it harder for him to meet this ball that's coming in a lot faster than he is. Isolo getting the 3rd goal. It's going to be his 2nd, though. He's 2 for 2, just like last series.
The problem with that play, though, it started with Apollo because he had it up on the back wall and eventually ended up putting it off the bottom of his car, which didn't get any distance on the clear. So he ended up putting it right in front of his own net where the Wolves were able to take advantage. Back to it. Off the sidewall. Chance off the back. It's going to be Cat out to Apollo. Apollo looking to keep it. Shot on net, but not nearly enough velocity. It'll be a 2-on-1 the other way. Cat takes it into the corner. Well read by Isosolo. Touch to the left wing side. Haim game waiting on it to drop, and will take possession. Up again for Cat. Cat will shave the ceiling with this. It'll pump off of the ceiling and come down right for Isosolo. The sideways challenge is a good one from Apollo. Cat can't finish the challenge and clear, but it is Apollo who takes it, gets a demo, and has possession going the other way. Dribble time, flick time towards that net, crossbar and down. Cat there, can't put it in the far side. Opportunity again goes by the wayside with nothing on the board for the Puffins through 2.5 games.
And the Puffins right now, they're trying to beat the Wolves at their own game. Everything was, I'd almost say perfect on that play except for the shot. This time Cat's going to put it on target. A lot of consistent pressure from the Puffins on those last 2 plays. And finally it pays off. They get their first goal of the series.
Yeah, opportunistic. They haven't had a lot of possession in that Wolves end, but they do find a way to make it happen. They're still 2 goals down in game 2. Wolves still have a commanding 1.5 possibly lead in this series, as this will be Isosolo up the corner. Comes down off the ceiling. Haim game with the touch. Challenged by Cat. Cat needs a 2nd touch, though. It's taken away by Isosolo. It'll bump around the corner, and Apollo will take it away. Apollo waits patiently. Has the angle to possibly keep possession. Cat is up. That goes off the corner. 100 seconds to go in game 2. Back the other way comes Isa Solo. Pass out into the mid. Haim game lurking, but not nearly close enough. And with a minute and a half left, it's a 3-1 lead still for the Wolves.
The Wolves still hold this lead. Again, there's a slight amount of hesitation here on... oh, hold up. Let me stop everything I'm saying. Because we just got a massive donor with HG face. 20,000 bits.
Oh!
Oh!
Yeah, that's worth stopping for. Hello.
Yeah, you know, just a little bit, you know.
Face.
Thank you.
Okay. That's... I did not expect that. HG drops a ton of bits on our faces. I bruise easily, so that may hurt quite a bit. 52 seconds to go. That's in front. Apollo looking for Cat on the opposite end of that pass. Could not quite find him there at the top of the box. 44 left. Thank you huge to HG Face. That is a ton of bits, and we appreciate you for it here at the MLE Network. This is going to be a shot in front towards the top, off the crossbar. Wolves trying to get another one. Can't do it with 32 on the clock.
This is a good chance for a breakaway here. Apollo with a nice carry. Can he land it? No, it's going to be off the back wall. Cat's waiting patiently. Has to work around Isis Solo, but Isis Solo passes him like it's nothing. They need to make a challenge here. Not enough time for them to really make a score. They have to score 2. 15 seconds left on the clock. If they're unable to do it, then the Wolves will clinch the division, and it looks like they'll do just that with this carry from Isis Solo right here.
Oh, he tried for the carry, not able to do it, but it's not going to matter. The Puffins are going to get knocked down out of this particular game, and the Wolves at that point with that second win, if my math is correct, that puts them as the Arctic Division winners. So that is a huge win for them. I would have to check my math on it and check with Jay. I'm sure he'll confirm or deny and call me an idiot. That's fine too. Either way, good work from the Wolves. They only needed 2 wins to clinch something, whether it be a playoff berth of the division. They got it.
Yeah, they definitely do. So. And for the Puffins here, we're going into game number 3. They got a first goal. They were able to send more shots out in this game than the Wolves were, 7-5, which works out well for them. But moving forward, again, they need to start getting more comfortable, taking more accurate shots. Honestly, just being used to playing on offense. They were playing on offense in the last couple of games, don't get me wrong, but it's just like they were being punished after every single mistake by the Wolves. It was like one mistake led to a goal every time for about a good 8 goals in game 1 and a couple in game number 2. So game number 3, they still have the chance to at least take the win in this series if they can start to turn things around here, and that's what I'm looking to see.
Got to show one last bit of love to HG Face, who now takes the number 1 overall spot on the bits leaderboard for the MLB channel. Huge shout out to you. That's pretty legit. This is going to be far side chance in front, and Apollo is going to take it in as we're 16 seconds into game number 3. It's going to be around that corner. Isis Solo is going to wait. His teammate Haim Game is going to put that underneath him. Double commit on the back wall. That's a problem. Apollo is not going to be able to direct that towards net. Off the spoiler is Cat. Haim Game back the other way, and Isis Solo will give it back to the Puffins, who then clear it back down.
That's a good clear, though, from the Puffins as well. Those boomers just buy them so much time and allow them to reposition. Even though Cat gets demoed, he's able to come back and make that clutch save, all because of a boomer from Apollo. It puts the Wolves on defense, and it buys the Puffins some time, and it almost pays off. If Cat was to make that touch, the Puffins would be up by 1 for now. But if they can keep making those long bomb clears, then we might start to see a different outcome than what we have been this year.
Yeah, give Cat 5 more boosts, and I think he has a good shot at getting that one home, but he ran out just at the tail end of that jump. This will be in front. That's going to be back to the halfway line. Shot from Isis Solo on the return, and that's going to find Pater. It's a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, I feel like Apollo, again, was just looking for a boomer clear. He wanted to get like a boomer-esque shot, just a high shot over all the defenders. Ends up getting a missed touch, rolls right to Isis Solo. He sends it right back, and no one's there to make the save, unfortunately.
Minute 16 into game number 3. Puffins need to get a win out of this series, and they desperately need it. Their playoff hopes all but dashed at this point. They don't really control their own fate. Good takeaway of the opponent's boost. Cat making things difficult on the Wolves. Isis Solo with the corner bounce is going to send it back to the midfield line. Cat with the takeaway. Going to try to follow it. Has the touch off the back. The pinch will send it crossways across the goal mouth. Apollo puts this in front. Great return from Hame Game. Cat's going to have to wait for this to drop. Does so, and it'll be careened back towards the sidewall with 3:05 left.
Already only down by 1 goal here are the Puffins. This is a much closer game than the last 2 have been. So for them, it looks like we're starting to see pass plays come out, and they're starting to really use that distance of the field that they have to their advantage. We'll see though whether or not they can force a mistake from the Wolves.
Incoming hockey analogy, the dump and chase not working as well for the Puffins as it did early in this game. Wolves are a lot quicker to the ball and therefore need to change up their strategy getting into this zone. This will be Apollo needs to make a save, and he will. Wolves still with possession. No. That'll bounce off the back. That's in front, and Hame Game can't put that in. Still a chance for Isosolo, and he will find it underneath the bar. 2-0 lead just past halftime.
I feel like it was a boost over ball here from Apollo. Cat coming off the challenge, trying to rotate back. Apollo runs right into him. They run into each other. Either way, it slows them both down, and then the panic settles. The Wolves are just sending shots off the wall, until one of them goes in, and then they score their second goal. Isosolo, not 2 for 2 this time, 2 for 4. Puffins making him take a couple of more shots than what he's used to, but regardless, a lead is a lead.
Yeah, and the Wolves do have that lead. This will be a dribble play the other way. Isosolo gets bullied towards the sidewall. Waiting there is Hame Game. Hame Game to take it away. Needs 1 tap into the middle, but it's going to lose out on the opportunity. Cat is there. Lost it to Isosolo. Hame Game lurking at the top of the box trying to make contact. Cat is in Apollo, both going to chase this the other way. Big time demo. Pass into the middle. Needs a delicate little touch down to Cat. Cat is there, but so is Hame Game. And Isosolo may have an angle to turn this, but a demo is going to meet him on the back end of that. Savage play defensively from the Puffins to keep the goal differential at 2.
Oh, Isosolo trying to set this up for Hame Game. Hame Game, not a lot of power on that shot. Apollo gets a soft clear. Not looking good for him, though. He has 0 boost, just struggling to flick this out of the zone. Picking up some now, though, as he gets a pass from Cat. Off the backboard, can Cat finish? No connection, and now they have to run back on defense. The Wolves looking to pressure.
Cat struggling a little bit on the depth of those aerials. He's had a couple opportunities, but he has yet to really find the positioning. He's either above them or below them on a couple of different opportunities in this series. This will be back in the Puffins' end. Cat to the sidewall. Here comes Apollo. Apollo going to play the ceiling game, but he has no boost to follow it. Doesn't matter. He's going to try to flip at it anyway within the second and a half, and he will miss out on the ball contact in the Wolves' end. 52 on the clock. Taken away by Hame Game. Hame Game puts that up in the air. Isosolo is waiting on contact from Apollo. Now the Puffins have a chance to clear. It's Cat getting one off the ceiling. This is going to come towards the back wall. It's up for Apollo, but he can't find the net. And another one gone by with 30 on the clock. And the Puffins likely singing the swan song for game number 3. What an angle from Hame Game, and he finds it from a really sharp slot in the left side.
This is a good shot here from Hame Game, and then good patience there just to wait instead of challenge Cat on the ball. He ends up getting the duck in his favor as Cat hits it into his octane, sees the bounce, takes the shot, pays off. Wolves now 3-0, 26 seconds in the clock, and they have just been on a non-stop offensive tear to where it just doesn't seem like it's stopping anytime soon.
And that is Apollo, shot towards the near side. Puffins have 1 goal, I believe, in the 3 games that we've seen just about. They're going to look for their second on this play, but the clear again by the Wolves is second to none. Cat's going to try one more opportunity, and that's not going to work. Off the back it goes to the ground. The Wolves have the game and a 3-0 lead in the series. They win the series, and the Puffins, the best they can do is a 2-3.
Yep, that is the best that they can do. Hopefully we can see that moving forward. But, man, have the Wolves just look like a tough opponent. We have 8 shots this game to 4 total from the Puffins. The Wolves making sure they're doing such a great job on offense, getting these bumps, and then noticing when the Puffins make a mistake. It's just like a sink as soon as they see it. And then they fully go all the way in on offense saying, okay, this is what we have to do. And it works out. So
the Wolves continuing the trend of all of the division leaders in the MLD right now, Blue and Orange Conference, maybe with the exception of the Bulls, being very, very dominant in their division. You can see why there is a level of separation between number 1 and number 2 in all but one, and that's the Volcanic of the Divisions in Champions League. So crazy amount of skill shown by these Wolves so far. Hame Game is going to get the good challenge as we get back into the Puffins end. Cat's going to take this in. Game 4, of course, upon us. This is going to be a pass out to Apollo, but a little late to that. And it's going to be Hame Game taking possession, but loses it. Apollo near side looking for a double. Not going to find it 20 seconds in. Up the sidewall. Cat with the long bomb. Trying to follow it on the double. Nearly got it on the spoiler. Apollo's still there. At least keeps it in. Towards the side boost. Apollo tries to get it over the head of both of his opponents. Hame Game is up. Off the nose. Left wing. Pass top of the box. Cat trying to turn into it. Plinko's it off the back. Chance in front. Puffins nowhere near it with a minute gone in game number 4. They'll get a return on it, though. Apollo, after tons of pressure, finally puts it in for the Puffins.
Yeah, good job here from Cat. He comes off, he sees Isosolo with a rotation. He knows that Hame Game is open for like a flick pass, but that cutoff, that Goomba stomp, allows Apollo to come through and send that shot in. Great teamwork for the Puffins. They score 1 here in game 4.
They get the first one as well, which is yet to be a new sight for them in this series. This will be a play in front of the Puffins net. Big pass in front, and Hame Game's going to be the recipient of that on the back end. It's a 1-1 game.
Good job from Hame Game here, forcing it over 2 defenders. Cat can't get the touch to make the clear. Both him and Apollo go up, but neither of them can get a touch that removes Hame Game from knocking that into the net. Wolves now equalize, 3:51, plenty of game left.
Yeah, plenty of it. In a tie ball game, the Wolves can get another one here. The bounce, and it's in. Hame Game puts that one off the top, and it's a 2-1 game.
Cat goes for this boost, and it completely misreads the ball, moves up too far forward. Once that ball bounces off the wall, it's all but over. Fouls right in front of the net, and the Wolves just have to get a soft touch to finish it. Hame Game does so as well. Wolves now 2-1. In about 10 seconds, they took the lead back.
Yeah, that's about it. That's exactly it. This will be a touch from Hame Game. Might be able to turn this again. Puffins on the defensive right now. Cat gets absolutely time-lapsed. And is he going to pay dearly for it? It's a 3-1 lead for the Wolves.
Yeah, good dribble here from Hame Game. Notices Cat's going to go for it. He has a lot of room to work with. I mean, this is a big field. And uses that, a nice little slide to the right, and then he just has an open net for him. 3-1 now. Wolves have scored 3 goals in under 30 seconds.
Yeah, that is not a good start, but Cat's going to try to put it in on the opposite end. Cat with another adorable little touch out to the top of the crease. Chance in front for Apollo, who finds it, and they have it back to within a goal.
Okay, wow. That was what I think of when I'm looking at how the Wolves played this one. There's a pop-up, and then both defenders running into each other. It allows Apollo to take a nice open shot. He wants those, so he's going to make sure those go in. And just like that, Puffins are back into the game. Now they're down by 2. We've had how many goals in like the past minute? It's
been the past 30 seconds. We've seen 6 goals in 30 seconds. This is insane. What? Amounts of score, 30 or 40 seconds. Either way, a massive outpouring of goals from both sides, but the Wolves have the better end of it. And HG Face giving us more of his retirement fund, 500 more bits coming from the man himself. And a huge thank you to him again.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks so much, man. Thank you for donating the bits and supporting the stream.
Yeah, he's nuts.
He's throwing as many bits as these players are throwing shots on net as throughout the majority of the series, whether it's been a blowout or just a shootout between 2 players, a lot of goals have been scored between the Puffins and the Wolves. Mainly the Wolves, but the Puffins starting to get back in there in this game number 4. This is the first game in the series where they've scored 2 goals, just 2 goals in general. So they're starting to get back into it, and then we see Apollo with this boomer downfield. There's a chance to pressure, increase the lead to 3. Can Cat get there in time? Of course he does. They're down by 1 now, and we are approaching the bottom half of the game.
And Isosolo just kind of loses control in the corner here and not able to keep it up the corner wall like he wanted, and Apollo takes perfect possession of it. Just a big tap out in front, and it was Isosolo who was rotating back same side as the ball and made things really difficult in the back end. Good stuff. 2:38 to go in a 4-3 game. Puffins still have a shot at game 4. Cat looking for Apollo on the back end of this, but he's going to be lurking back at the halfway line. Apollo Good contact. That is on target. Needing to make a stop is Isa Solo. Still there is Apollo, and he's going to follow it himself to tie the game up. Full house on the board.
Apollo starting to feel it. You can tell aggressive forward positioning. Waits for Isa Solo touch. Isa Solo cannot clear that well at all. It bounces off the ceiling and down. And Apollo's going to get his hat trick. Puffins forward. Wolves forward. 2, 2, and 2 on the clock. We are equalizing game number 4. I don't think I could have said that any better.
I mean, deuce is wild at the moment on that clock. That's the only way you could have said it better. This will be off the quarter.
Oh, man.
That's a chance for Haim game, but not able to get it towards the net as he is on top of the ball. Isa Solo keeps it in. That's off the back. Needing a defensive touch is Cat. He'll get it over the head of Isa Solo as it goes in the corner. Cat tries for a challenge. Haim game wins that challenge. Good little dribble play out to the top. Isa Solo puts it up in the air. I'm not sure that was entirely intentional, but it nearly worked out for the Wolves. Cat with an 11 boost dribble coming, but it's taken off of his hood with 1:39 to go.
And 1:39 to go, and the score is equalized. Definitely a different Puffins roster than what we're used to. I see Cloudfield in chat. He says a lot of it has to do with nerves for the most part. As I want to say I agree with that. This is a nice. Well, I don't say this is nice at all. This is a very weird goal scored here by Isa Solo. He ends up just barely winning that one, and the floater, Apollo's just not ready for it, unfortunately. But if nerves were a factor in this, I can understand how, after losing 3, there's more so an effort to like, okay, there's like nothing to lose, let's play type deal. But if you go into the game with that mindset, it could have turned out a different way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. It really depends on the mindset you come in with. That's going to basically steer your entire game. Isa Solo is going to try to get the Wolves one more to clinch the game, and that pinch is going to send it back into the Wolves' end. Minute left for the Puffins to get on the board and possibly make game 4 a bigger contest. This is going to be in front of the Puffins net. Cat makes the save, but Haim game there to get the tap in 6-4.
And you can just hear my cry. I'm like, no, as Cat. All you have to do is knock that to the corner or their back wall or anywhere but in front of the net. Unfortunately, it's always a tough save when you face your net. And he was caught there. He's been caught there a lot though in the series, unfortunately for him. But again, still a tough save for him to make. It ends up leading to goal number 6 for the Wolves. 42 seconds remaining on the clock, and the Wolves maintain possession.
37 on that clock, and McLeod makes another good point. It's the nerves. It's also the Wolves' defense, because the Wolves have played a very stifling brand, not letting the Puffins get comfortable with possession in their end. He's going to be back towards the Puffins net. That has a line, and it's a save, but another one for Haim game as he deposits his 6th in this game alone. It's 7-4.
Yeah, again, we've seen this time and time again. Unfortunately, Cat. This time it's not in front of the net. It's more so a little bit more out to the side, but he's still facing his net a lot when he ends up making these saves. And now he gets punished again. 7-4, 20 seconds left here. And we're going to have to probably start looking toward game number 5. That might have been the dagger, Curtis.
Yeah, thinking so. 10 seconds left. I don't think there's any way that they can come back from this kind of deficit. Puffin's going to try wholeheartedly just to try. It'll be Haim game up in the air. A double commit on offense. Isa Solo and Haim game there, and they're going to find a 0-second goal for no other reason than the goal differential at this point. 8-4.
Yeah, for the most part, no other reason than the goal differential. Last second goal, double commit on the play. It works out. So, moving forward to game number 5, the Wolves have dominated in almost every game. This one was one of the closer ones. Yeah, as the Puffins were able to put 4 on the board, but it's just been straight domination for the Wolves.
Yeah, it really has, and it did take them a while to separate themselves from the Puffins in this game. I mean, at one point, Puffins had a lead twice, so they definitely made things more competitive. But the Wolves eventually just outpowered the Puffins at their own game, and so here we go, game 5, chance for the Puffins to at least get on the board with 1, but they need a stalwart effort to get that done. This Haim game and Isa Solo are absolutely on top of their strategy, no doubt.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, now there's really nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Moving into this one, you might as well it's easy to just play the entire heart out moving into this last game. We've definitely seen though the keys to success. Wolves been able to take advantage of multiple mistakes from the Puffins on both offense and defense. The amount of missed positions have definitely caused them for the most part, but that offensive play will work out as Cat finally gets one on the board.
Second game in a row where they've gotten the first strike. Apollo with the pass. Cat on the back end finds the angle nicely to put it just inside that right post, and that's really good work from the Puffins. 6 seconds in, quick strike.
Yep, good quick strike. I agree.
1-0 lead for these Puffins. We'll see if they can make something of this in Game 5. Nice to solo back to the ground with it. Up the side goes Cat. Cat looking for a pass into the middle, and Apollo not able to get there. Wolves have a chance the other way. Isosolo looking to tie the game, but the defensive touch by Cat once more is going to take it away from him and around that boost orb. Pass in front, just past that left post, and the Wolves still making things difficult on the Puffins with that, but they do get demoed out.
You can see just the demo game coming in through from both teams. A lot of these guys want to be aggressive. And I can see why it has paid off in the past for both teams. Isosolo, though, going to cut through the confusion to equalize this game.
Paulo takes us a little bit too slow out of his own box. Needs to do something with that sooner. He knows the Wolves are lurking, and the challenge comes across. Just take it away. And 48 seconds into game number 5. We're even again, Daz. This is becoming a bit of a theme here where the Puffins will score and the Wolves will score and just start to take over. We'll see if that continues here.
We will see as... That's going to be a nice clear from Isosolo off the wall. Drives Cat backwards now. He needs to reposition. Hain Game going to try to send that center. Nice pop-up from Cat, but it's in front of his own net. Apollo going to boom it downfield. That one actually looks like it's going to go in. Hain Game. Oh, wow. What a save. Bounces it off of his own pulse and gets the blessing of it as well. That's what I like to call it when it goes away. I'm like, that's a sign.
Gets the blessing.
Yep.
I like it. I like it. Minute 20 into game 5. This is going to be bouncing off of the Wolves' back wall. And the desperation play you saw earlier does mean that the Puffins have a little bit of pressure. Shot on the net near side, and Apollo is going to give the Puffins the lead 1.5 minutes in.
Yeah, this is a nice shot from Apollo. Ball rolls up off of the challenge from Cat, and he's the first one there. Hain Game moving too far forward like he expected Apollo to miss, but Apollo's going to hammer that home. 2-1, 3:30 on the clock. Puffins get the lead again off of a nice play.
Yep, 1.5 minutes in and already 3 goals on the board. The scoring touch has definitely quickened for both of these teams. This will be in the Puffins' corner. Apollo with the backflip puts it up the wall. That's a problem for the Puffins, though. It'll bounce in front of their goal line. Cat and Apollo, similar spots. 30 on the clock. He's gonna go underneath that. Isosolo's up in the air. He's gonna have a chance with a double. Now he goes up in the air. He's a little late on it. That's off the post. And the demo by the Puffins is going to mean that they don't have a second person coming in for a chance at the ball with 3 minutes to go. That's a chance for Hain Game. Taken away once more. Shot near side. That's off the crossbar and sent aside, but Cat's going to meet the business end of a demolition as well. Apollo loses that. Cat has it. Going to try to touch this off the back and then try to meet it, but the defensive touch by the Wolves too much as we approach halftime in game 5. Oh, the carry is not going to be enough to put that one home as we continue on.
Oh, good clear though from Apollo. Able to win that challenge. Isosolo trying to apply a lot of pressure there. Now we see the Puffins over on the offensive end, and Hain Game is there to meet that one, but they're not done. You see Cat bring this off the wall. It's center. Apollo has to chase this one, misses, and now you can see the Hain Game trying to move forward to get this closer pressure. Just wants to see if he can force a mistake. Has the Puffins bunched up here, and Isosolo doing a good job waiting before he cuts in. Oh, but he misses the touch. That's going to lead to a positional mistake, and Cat's going to send that one home. That's going to be his second goal of the game and the Puffins' third.
Essentially 2 Wolves in the same spot, and 2 of them overextended. Eventually the Puffins able to win that and get the runner back downfield. Cat takes full advantage. 2 minutes left, as this is the biggest lead the Puffins have had in all of the games that we have seen in this series. So this might mean something going forward, but a save on the other end from Cat will keep it at a 2-goal differential.
So far, they have the lead for this one, and you can see that they're being very aggressive on offense. They were both at some point on that back wall of the Wolves, just putting all cylinders forward. The offensive pressure has worked out so far in this game. They almost get this one in, but Handgame's going to dribble it out, and he's actually going to get away with it as well. That's going in. 1:27 on the clock, and although they fired all cylinders forward, no one was able to stop this dribble from Haim. He's going to send it in.
Yeah, then he also gets the turtle goal for good measure as well. So good stuff from Haim. He's a day late for Turtle Goal Thursday, but he does get the goal to give it back down to a 1-goal differential. 87 seconds left on the clock. 3-2 Puffins. See if they can keep it. Apollo is going to go off the ceiling, then to the side ramp. It'll bounce off that side ramp. Apollo is going to wait. Then he'll have to give chase into his own end. This is in front of the Puffins goal line. Cat takes it away from his partner. This will be a play off the side. Has the angle. That's going to pop into the air. Apollo is that's going to bounce towards the goal line. And Apollo's going to find it on the back end, making a 2-goal differential again.
The whiffs. Why is Isis solo jumping? Handgame and Apollo, they both go into the air. They both whiff. And then Isis solo... Ice Solo just flew out of nowhere, and he removes himself from the play on his own. There was no one even up to challenge it. I guess he okay. Whatever. Let's score another one. The Puffins are just like, you know what? This might be really confusing, but we're gonna keep scoring because it's working out for us. Good pass from Apollo to Cat, and nice effort for the goal.
The finish and the inversion from Cat to get it off the wheel was absolutely sexy. 5-2. Puffins with a 3-goal advantage in the, you mentioned the whiffs from earlier, strategized, calculated, whatever you want. That's what I'm going to call it. 46 seconds left in a 5-2 ball game. Chance off the back. Wolves looking for one, and the Puffins get the deep bomb back the other way. Into the corner. Handgame with the pinch. That's going to float up and around the crossbar. 30 seconds left in this series. That's going to be a bounce in front. Cat and Apollo team up on a clear. That's going to be towards the goal line. Cat needs to get it away. Apollo's still there as well. Now he'll rotate back to the goal line. Cat is there, and finally they're able to cluster it out from their own box. This will be a pass across to Apollo, who's going to find it on the back end. They've had a couple pretty ones in this game and make it 6-2 with 7 on the clock.
What was this earlier? This is so nice. Right. This is so nice. Look at that pass into the shot from Apollo. Just beautiful with the flowers to finish. I think it was the flowers that really did it for me. But again, a good in midfield pass play for the Puffins pays off. 5 seconds left on the clock, and that's still gonna do it, unfortunately. Whoa!
Save.
That works.
Reverse Fridge says it best. He says, that was a nice 4-game show match. Let's move on to game 2 now.
Oh, seriously though, I wish there was more games.
Oh man, game 5 Puffins greater than games 1 through 4 Puffins. They do take game 5, and they do lose a series 4-1. Wolves, with a complete effort, do indeed take the series, and they will be able to coast in their final week as they are Arctic Division champions in season number 6. Huge congratulations to them. Puffins at this point, I think they've done themselves in with this particular total in week number 13.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, that game 5, I was still just like, wow, can this just be game 2? I would much rather for this to be game 2, because that looked so nice. But you got to give props to the Wolves. They did a great job in those first 4 games. I mean, the amount of goals they scored, they definitely looked like a solid team, and they were able to apply a lot of pressure. So GG's for everyone else, for Wolves and Puffins, as it was quite a show.
Well, with that said, that is the one and only match we have for you on this Freestyle Friday. We are done for the evening, but not done for the weekend. First of all, huge shout out to Dazarin, who came out of the Fortress of Solitude to join me on the commentary for this one. Puffins lose the series and are out of the playoff race for season number 6 in the Champions League, but will likely be back and better than ever in season number 7. With that said, we have 2 things to look at tomorrow. It is the Platinum League playoffs, the conference finals. Rhinos and Wizards in the Orange Conference, Hawks and Foxes in the Blue Conference, as we get things all settled and square to try to find the two who are going to be in the Platinum League finals. And that's just Saturday. You got Sunday coming as well with a couple of Champions League matches. But for Dazarin and Danaba J, I am Curtis. We are going to say goodbye and good night from Manfield Storm. We'll be back here tomorrow night at 9 Eastern. That's 6 Pacific time. And huge shout out to our friends over at Balls Garana. If you saw a play that you want to see again and nominate for the play of the week, grab it, clip it, send it to the ML Doubles Twitter account with the hashtag MLDPOTW, and the winner will receive a free case of Balls Garana shipped to their door. And don't forget, you can get free shipping on your case of balls sent to your door with code MLD at checkout at BAWLS.com. Also, Arctic Cooling. Our friends over at Arctic Cooling, make sure you keep your rig cool in the most pressurized of gaming situations. We will be back tomorrow night at 9 Eastern. Stay tuned for the host on the MLD Network. For Daz, I'm Curtis. Good night.